What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the hypest point that I've probably had this whole year with game announcements. Out of nowhere, I just saw this and it was crazy and it's just amazing. Like, I got a link and I'm like, I gotta record the reaction. I'm going nuts over here. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm gonna watch this with you guys. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. The freaking Calamity War. Oh man, we've got the trailer, debut trailer, and then we've got the developer diary to watch. I'm already just, I'm going plus ultra before I can go plus ultra. Anyway, let's watch this, guys. I'm hyped. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Everything's good. Are we good? We're good. We're good. Okay, yes, we're good. We're good. All right, so let's do it. Nintendo.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
Oh, the Calamity.
I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Oh, let's go. Bruh. I love the original Hyrule Warriors. This is already looking freaking stacked. Woo! They touched up those graphics a bit too. Oh, here we go. We got the... Let's go. I'm getting the chills. The Calamity War. Fighting against Ganon's army. Oh, we got the stasis! Let the Guardians go! The champions! People have been wanting to play as them! Yes, sir! Oh my gosh. It just looks so fluid! Let's go! Bruh! Oh my god, man. Yo, let's go! It looks so freaking good.
Protect everyone.
Oh. And then, of course, it's become a trilogy now. With the original Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now we have this. This is the prequel, pretty much. And then we have the sequel next year. Next update, September 26th is the next update that they're going to give on this game. Okay, oh my gosh, yo. Okay, so it's not just that though. We have Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, a story 100 years before the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So we have a developer diary that we're going to react to as well, which is just awesome, Nintendo. Give me more, please. Koei Tecmo, of course, they're the ones who co-developed this with Nintendo.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, the producer of the Legend of Zelda series. We mentioned in the June 2019 Nintendo Direct presentation that we had started development on the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Many people around the world are still playing Breath of the Wild, so I'd like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Everyone, thank you so much.
Respect.
Regarding the sequel, in order to make the vast world you enjoyed exploring in the original game even more impressive, the team is working hard on its development, so you'll have to wait a bit longer before we can provide more updates. In the meantime, we've prepared a different way for you to experience the world of Hyrule, and we have a video to introduce it. Please take a look.
Are they just going to show the trailer again, or...? Yeah,
the history of the royal family
watch it again.
of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Turn up a little bit for you guys this time. You can watch it again, boys. It looks like it already has. Cause like that's the gameplay, because they didn't say not actual gameplay, like the little disclaimer. So that intro sequence, all of this right here, all gameplay, all in engine. I love that. It's already looking more fluid than the previous ones, than Hyrule Warriors Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Looks like they're really kind of going in with this one here, man. I love how she has the Sheikah Slate. So you use all the different races of, you know, of Hyrule. I love that. So good. Rivali, everyone. Urbosa. I wanted Urbosa for Smash. You know, if she doesn't get in, probably not. This is probably the next best thing. I'll take her in this game. Let's go. It's just such a nice ring to it. Age of Calamity. Such a nice ring to it.
What you just saw is the game that Koei Tecmo Games is developing, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This game takes place 100 years before the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In that game, the great calamity that occurred 100 years prior was mentioned, but the actual event itself wasn't shown in full. In this game, you'll be able to experience the events of the great calamity. So now, I would like to invite Koei Tecmo Games producer, Mr. Hayashi, to join me here.
So good. Yo, my man.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yosuke Hayashi from Koei Tecmo Games and the producer of this game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity began when Mr. Aonuma approached us saying, "I think it would be interesting to create a Warriors game telling the story of the Great Calamity. What do you think?"
Awesome!
The battles between the Kingdom of Hyrule and Calamity Ganon would complement Warrior-style gameplay against large armies. The previous Hyrule Warriors games were filled with Zelda conventions.
You can already see the upgrade in graphics.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild broke these conventions entirely, and perhaps it's the same for everyone here, but for someone like me, who's been playing Zelda games for a long time, this was an extraordinary experience. It's a new, special title for me. Unlike the previous Hyrule Warriors games, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was developed by working closely with the Zelda team in every step of the process, including gameplay direction, graphics, world, and all dialogue. And while we maintained the distinct gameplay style of the Warriors series, with exciting 1 versus 1,000 battles and a wide variety of playable characters, this became the only game that will let you experience the world 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild firsthand.
It just looks a bit higher quality from the beginning.
Thank you, Mr. Hayashi. During the development of the previous Hyrule Warriors games, I was impressed with how the Warriors development team, led by Mr. Hayashi, had a deep understanding of the Legend of Zelda series. This time around, they made it possible to create this new experience by combining the well-detailed world of Breath of the Wild with Warriors gameplay. Therefore, I believe this game will offer the experience of the great Calamity battles that weren't fully shown in the original game. I hope that both those who played the previous Hyrule Warriors games and those who played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild can experience this game.
Yes, sir!
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity will launch on November 20th.
This year! Let's go! Yes, baby, let's go! So happy.
Thank you for your continued support for The Legend of Zelda and this game.
Think we're good here? Okay. A couple things to mention, guys. A couple things to mention. Let me put it on a nice, you know, whatever for you guys so we can talk about this. A couple things to mention. I don't know. Where's the trailer at? I think just, there we go. That's a nice image, I guess, right? Whatever. Okay, a couple things to mention here, guys. A couple things to mention. One, like I said, it looks so much better just from the beginning. Like, you compare Hyrule Warriors and then you compare that to this one here, Age of Calamity. It looks so much better. Nintendo just dropped a big hitter out of nowhere. Just like bam. And I think that's what makes Nintendo so unique. The fact that they can literally announce games this close to release. I mean, we're what, 2 months away? September, October, November. You know, we're about 2 months away, a little bit over 2 months away. We've got announcements. We got games 2 weeks away, right? Like Mario, the 3D All-Stars. It's just nuts to see that type of like surprise. So that's really cool. But this game, Age of Calamity, we've been all wondering, like a lot of the big Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild fans, because I would say that I'm more of a Breath of the Wild fan than I am a Zelda fan, because before, yes, I loved Wind Waker, and yes, I loved Zelda games, but it wasn't like in my top 3 for Zelda or for Nintendo games. But Breath of the Wild broke through all the way to the almost top for the most part for me. So everyone that's a huge Breath of the Wild fan, or just Zelda fans in general, we've all been wondering, when is there going to be the like, you know, what are we going to know what happened? Like, what's up with the story? Like, is there going to be a book, or is there going to be like something like a video that shows us more of it? Like, what's going to happen? Like a short movie or something like that? Anime? Who knows? And the fact that they just said, oh no, here's a game. And of course it's a war type of thing. So it fits the Warriors series, which I didn't even think about, you know? And like I said, the gameplay just looks so much smoother. The combat looks better. I mean, you're going to have the cool champions. I mean, yes, Hyrule Warriors, it was cool, but it wasn't based around a actual canon event. That was just, hey, let's just take a bunch of these characters and put it into some like whimsical type of story and make up these other characters that there's like a threat. But this is actually canon. It's based around what happened with the main game. So they had to work extremely close with the Nintendo team in order to get something like this done. You can't just make up a story, which they did in Hyrule Warriors, which they usually do in like most of the Warrior style games, Fire Emblem Warriors, all that. They just make up a story, make some new characters and put them in there. But this is actually canon based on everything with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, with the main story. So that to me ultimately just vaults this game up higher than any of the other Warrior style games that I've played, because it's pretty much the best one that I can think of when it comes to story wise. It's not just made up. It's not just, hey, we're just going to do something. It's actually working in depth and working, you know, side by side with the main game in order to get this done. So this is definitely a huge game. This is going to be a big seller. This is going to be the best selling Warriors game of all time. Easy. It's not even going to be a question because of how it's tied in with Breath of the Wild, the sequel, and of course with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's going to be the best-selling one. People that don't even like the Warriors games are going to play it just for the story. I mean, man, this is big. This is big. I'm hyped. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This year, November 20th, cannot wait. Right before the, well, no more Black Friday hype, but whatever. Holiday hype, let's go. What do you guys think about this? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go to give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.